Yo, ZZZ pool value tier list for version 2.6. Let's get into it. All of the agents in ZENLESS Zone 0 here. Starting with Anby. You don't pull for Anby, so, true. Actually, can I make another category here? Hold up. Below. Characters. People. Alright, we're gonna put, bam, 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 bam. Those do you not pull for? You don't pull for Haramasa, you don't pull for Pokora, you don't pull for Penyuhu, you don't pull for Minato. Alright, I think that's all of them, right? Did I sneak anyone here by accident? Alright, now ZZ pool value tier list. Zhu Yuan, bad. Ellen, okay. Let me pick up okay. Chingy, bad. Jane Doe, it's pretty okay, I would say. Caesar King, pretty bad. She does nothing. She's got by Zhao. And, what else? Whoa, you can pull for Haramasa. Cappuccino. Cappuccino. Dude, I can make this video in like 30 seconds. I gotta stall it out a little bit. Guys, type stuffing in chat that's controversial. Type stuff in chat that's controversial. I just thought it. If I go through this, I'll finish this whole thing in 30 seconds. Mike gotta make one below bad just for Caesar. I'll make one below. And wife. Bad. Bernice, she has buffs, so she's like okay now. Probably like how good will we say the Bernice buffs are? Very good or okay? Good and speed laugh. Okay. I'll put it at okay for now. Debate me if you want to. Yanagi. I don't think Yanagi's that bad to pull. She's still, there's only so many electric anomaly characters, so she doesn't have that much competition. I'd say she's still pretty good. Lighter is... He goes up if you want to play fire agents, but then he goes down if you don't want to play any fire agents. So... But I feel like Lighter is still pretty good character, no? I don't know if I would recommend someone to pull Lighter right now, though, unless like they really want to play Soldier 11 or Evelyn. So I have to say, okay. But if you're pulling Lighter, you know, based, OP. Anyways, Miyabi. Okay, Miyabi currently right now is not OP, but I still think she's free to play max juice. Astriao, still OP. Evelyn, very good. Sanbi is low-key max juice. Actually, how good is Sanbi even if you don't have her best team? I feel like she has the double buff with the potentials. She gotta be max juice, no? Sanbi can clear primordial whatever right now, right? Even off elements. And Wandering Hunter, if you like sweat. If you get like P6 probably. It would take you like a month though to get P6. I'll say I'll say max juice. I'll say max juice. Trigger is max juice if you get her signature. If you don't get her signature, she's like good. Should I assume everyone in this you get their signature? No. Vivian, I'd say it's still max juice. You did with Astra Chingy, you don't have P6? That's pretty good. Hugo is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Hugo's way worse than Ellen and Soldier 11, I feel like, no? I'm putting Soldier 11 on this list, by the way. OP. No agenda, just the truth. There's no agenda, guys. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. It is what it is. Yijuan. Very good. Very, very, very good. Jafufu. Still a very generalist stunner. Would I put Jafufu above Lighter, though? Nah, she's okay. Yuzaha. OP max. OP maximum. OP maximum. He is not as bad as Zhu Yuan. Okay, but does he have to be as bad as Zhu Yuan to be in bad? It's more like... Okay. Would you recommend someone to pull Hugo more than Zhu Yuan? Surely by the next Zhu Yuan rerun, she has a buff, no? Like, with Cope, let's say there's a buff, you know, in place. Zhu Yuan has got to be pretty high priority in the buff listing, I feel like. So about time she gets a rerun, it'll be like when she gets a buff. But we don't know that, so right now she's still in bad. And Hugo, I feel like, is still in bad. Next, Alice. I feel like Alice is free to play max juice, no? Alice is pretty good. Alice is pretty good. Does order matter? Not really. When I do order it matters, then like there's like too much. There's too much. If we're gonna say order matters though, we could go like this, I guess. Like, I don't know. Order doesn't really matter though. Seed is like free to play max juice and free to play very good. She's just like free to play. She's good, good character. Good character. And then if you invest in her, she's like even better. I'll say very good. I'll say very good. Orphe. Orphe's like okay. Like, what do you do with Orphe if you're not using Sanby? I feel like Orphe doesn't have a place, you know? If you're not using Sanby. So she's like, okay. Any contest to this? To Orphe, okay? I don't think Orphe is as bad or... what you would call it, as these characters. But I feel like in pool value, you pull her only if you're going for... I just thought about it. When I'm saying you pull for the character, should I be thinking that you're pulling for the character because you're going for the combo? If you're going for the combo, right, she's probably like over here. She's probably over here. You don't think Anby should be above Seed? Well, if Anby shouldn't be above Seed, then Orphe is chilling and okay, right? I'll put Sanby down now. Lucia, OP. Actually, I would say Lucia is good, but... And no, Yuza has the same argument. Okay, no, but you can use Lucy, or you can use Yuzaha outside of Anomaly teams. You don't use Lucia outside of Rupture. So I'll put her in free-to-play max juice. I'll put her in free-to-play max juice. Yadhari is okay. Dialin, Thanos. Bodyaway, if you're based, free to play max juice. But most people, he's okay. He's good fire DPS, you know? He doesn't do anything too crazy. He's like pretty hyped, you know? Zhao is free, but you can pull her right now. So let's say you're investing in the Zhao. Don't do it. Next. You need a wife good tier for Pokra. Interesting. 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 Next, Ye Shungite. OP. Okay, but Ye Shungang is so busted, it's crazy. How is she allowed to get 50 free crit rate? That is busted. 50 free crit rate. 50 free crit rate. That is disgusting. Okay, but when you think about it though, Rupture Agents kind of do the same thing, but it's crit damage. Crit damage is different than crit rate. Having crit rate is OP. You can't go wrong with crit rate. Crit damage though, people see crit damage and they don't build crit rate for some reason. But for some reason, people see crit rate on Ye Shungang and they're building crit rate still. I don't know. Who's next? Two characters, we don't know what they do. Let's be honest, idle characters are probably going to be really good. Sana is like a support, right? Let's be honest, Sana is probably going to be a pretty good pool. We don't know what she does because she's still, you know, unconfirmed, but she's a support and she's a newer character. New supports are going to be good. She is bare minimum going to be free-to-play max juice. And then this girl is probably going to be either very good or free-to-play max juice. I don't know, though, because she's Ether anomaly. We already have an Ether anomaly, so she could be varying power levels in her, you know, in her scouts honor there. Because she potentially is a DPS, we'll just say she's like probably like good. She's probably pretty good. She's probably pretty good. I think that's a list. I think that's a list, boys. Take this list. Holdy. Put Haramasa in bad. What if we make an extra one below and wait, that's not how I wanted to do it. And we just call it new. New Harumasa. What? This is a new agent in the game, Harumasa. He is from the Miyabi sector of the game, so we think that he is going to be very busted. As you can see, our previous Miyabi sect characters are very strong here. So Harumasa is speculated to be very strong as well. We'll have to see though when he actually releases. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk on ZZZ pool value. You know, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And, oh, hype the video if you have a hype. I don't know how that joke works, but I've seen people, they have like a hype under their YouTube video junk. If you get to the end here, hype the